Hi, hello. How are you? Welcome everyone new and old. How you doing? It's your boy Nani here. And before I even get into what we're going to discuss today, just wanted to say before you'll be like, where the hell have you been? Where the hell have you been? Die. I'm like, I'm sorry. I've been really busy with life and stuff like that, school, work, etc., etc. But it is safe to say that now I will be back permanently posting videos every week on this channel, as well as my two other channels. I have two other channels. One is Nani, which is the VOD that I do on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. Feel free to follow that one. And I make another channel called WTF Nani, which is basically me talking about other topics that doesn't involve gaming and technology and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have links for both of those channels below. Thank you again for sticking around, all the supporters, all the fans. I appreciate you. And now it's time to get into the news, what we got to discuss today. If y'all haven't seen it, today was the Nintendo Direct for September. It happened at 9 or 10 o'clock this morning. I don't know why they do them so early. Probably because it's more Japan time. Like it's probably like evening over there or something. So, but it's hard waking up every morning, bruh. And I'm just like, oh, what a nice day today. And just, waking up because the guys at Nintendo want me to. I mean, I am a slave to Nintendo. I think we all are at this point. I think it's safe to say that. But they announced so many good games, good titles this Direct. If you are a Nintendo fan, you're in luck. If you're a Nintendo and an RPG fan, then you're nutting, because I nutted a lot. I'm not lying. But first, I want to talk about some of the games that I'm gonna have basically show like majority of the games that they had on the Direct. But I want to talk about the games that really stuck out to me the most and the stuff that I'm most interested in. One of those games is definitely Octopath Traveler 2. Oh my goodness, this game was amazing. Probably one of the best RPGs on the Switch, hands down. Like definitely one of the best ones. You haven't played Triangle Strategy, is basically from the same developers, same art style and stuff like that. If you haven't played the first Octopath Traveler, it's actually very much worth it if you are an RPG fan, or you're just looking for something with a very good story. You basically play as multiple different characters, and every character in your party is technically a main character, and you basically can pick each character. They have their own separate story, but you can still have them. You can still collect as much as you want and experience the story from these different perspectives. It's a fantastic game. Shout out to all my Hunter girls, bro. If y'all pick Hunter first, y'all know what I'm talking about. And Primrose. Primrose is dope. Those two are probably my favorites. I love Primrose's story. Like that opening, so good. But they actually announced Octopath Traveler 2 with 8 new protagonists. It looks so good. Like I'm always a fan of like the pixel art style, and it's like they have it's like a specific kind of flair and vibrance to the game. It looks amazing. That's coming out next year. I am definitely looking forward to that game, man. Like please, if you haven't played it, you haven't played the first one, please pick a copy of this. Like it's always on, it's even on PC, like it's on Steam as well. I'm not sure, is it multi-platform? I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's on Steam. It's usually on sale majority of the time, so please, if you haven't, pick up a copy of this game. The next game I wanted to talk about is Tales of Symphonia. I told you, if you are a RPG fan, you are nutting. All right, you are nutting today. I shouldn't be saying that out loud, but you are. All right, you are. It's okay. I'm with you. Tales of Symphonia, again, one of the greatest RPGs ever made. All right, I know a lot of people are fanboying about Final Fantasy. Don't get me wrong, Crisis Core is coming out. It's coming out on my birthday. All right, I remember that day. It's coming out literally on my birthday. I can't wait. But Tales of Symphonia is a game that is very dear to my heart. Probably one of I really started my Tales journey. I played through majority of the Tales games, starting with Symphonia and Legendia that came out for PlayStation 2. But that game is very iconic, basically one of the precursors for a lot of games today. And it's funny, it has hours of gameplay. The characters are fantastic. The gameplay is great. Tales is known for its real-time action-based combat. It's a fantastic game, and it's getting remastered, similar to what Tales of Vesperia got a while back on the Switch. Now it's now they're bringing Tales of Symphonia, which came before Tales of Vesperia. I'm really excited for this game, man. Oh my goodness. I'm very like I was super. I did not expect this to show up at all. Like we already got Vesperia. I was just like, okay, but y'all give me Symphonia too. Now if y'all give me Legendia, I'll do something strange for a piece of change, bro.
Hold up, pause.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll do something a little strange, bro. I'll keep it stacked with you. But that also is coming out next year. I'm really looking forward to that game as well. In other releases, they actually showed quite a few other games I just wanted to point out. They showed a bit of Harvestella, which is basically the action RPG slash farming sim that's coming out later on this year. It looks really good. I love the presentation. I love like the art style, like the vibrant, simplistic art brushy style of the game. It looks fantastic. I love how the characters look. I can't wait for this game to come out, even though they did show a lot of, I don't know why, this direct they showed a crap ton of farming sims. I feel like they showed like 5 or 6, including Harvestella. Like they was just like, honestly, it got to the point where, you know, when you go to Nintendo and like you watch a direct or something, like say for example, they show like a Smash and you look at the chat on the side and the chat is just a cesspool of raging filth. I had to turn it off because I knew like the chat's like, oh my god, all these farming sims. I'm like, I had to turn this off. Y'all are ignorant. Like it got to that point and I had a feeling there, but I am a fan of farming sims, but Harvestella is the one that basically stood out to me the most. That game is coming out next year. That looks really good. In addition, they actually showed gameplay for Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4, I mean, Pikmin 4, really? We finally got a confirmation that Pikmin 4 is coming out next year. I'm really excited for that game. I know Pikmin is kind of it's a classic, but I know it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of a niche, right? Like some people like Pikmin, some people don't. But overall, the game is cute. It has a very colorful art style. Like, it has like a little bit of strategy, like real-time strategy into managing your Pikmin and stuff like that. And it's an overall feel-good and lighthearted game to an extent. But some of the monsters in that game, bro, I don't know. It's supposed to be kid friendly, but I don't get the vibes of Pikmin, bro. I feel like if you think about it another way, it's kind of like Starship Troopers. Like I literally think about Pikmin as like a kiddie version of Starship Troopers for some reason. Because that movie still horrified me. Like I understand it's a classic, but I don't know. It just gives me that kind of vibe. But we actually got more confirmation of that game that's coming out, which is really dope as well. Bayonetta is coming out. They showed a lot more gameplay for Bayonetta, basically going through the chronology of the Bayonetta story. Basically started with the first one to the third one. That game looks really cool. They actually said they're going to show more gameplay today on their channel as well, showing a lot more features to the combat. That's coming out next month. I'm really excited for that as well. They showed so many good titles. And even then, bringing something back from the old, Kirby's Return to Dreamland is coming out next year, bro. Probably one of the greatest Kirby games. It came out for the Wii a long time ago. Basically, it's an instant classic. Okay, this game is so great. The mini games were fantastic. The co-op was great. The level design was great, and it's just more Kirby. I know earlier in March we got Kirby in the Forgotten Land. That game is fantastic. There's no bad things I can say about that game. I know Kirby games aren't for everybody. Say, oh, it's too easy, but it's just a good game to just sit down and relax and just turn your brain off and just enjoy some cute Puyo madness and Kirby sucking up cars and cones. Yeah, I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff, you know. But hey, more Kirby's coming out. Really fantastic, amazing, dope. We even got more stuff for Nintendo 64 expansion pack. Like we got GoldenEye. They're bringing GoldenEye. Of all the games that they are showing, they showed GoldenEye. Really? James Bond, bro? With online play. So this means that you're able to play online multiplayer. GoldenEye is considered to have one of the best first-person multiplayers. Like, everybody says that GoldenEye is definitely up there. It's timeless, right? The game is super old, but the multiplayer is so good. And I remember playing this game years and years ago with my cousins and my family, because I didn't have an Nintendo 64. I played with my cousin, and we would just basically I would just get blown up all the time with grenades and rocket launchers. Like, I never won, but it felt good to play. Like, it was just an overall fun experience. And now you don't have to even play locally. You can play with other people online, which is actually really dope as well. In addition, they showed the Mario Party games are coming, Excite Bike, and 1080 snowboarding. So if you do have the Switch expansion pack, including all the other games, that is going to be something well worth the wait as well. And last but not least, in addition to all the other games I'm really looking forward to, they showed 2 games that surprised the hell out of me. One is from the creators of Danganronpa. They're making another game. I'm surprised. It's not Danganronpa. It's basically you're like a spirit detective. It's called Rain Code. Something is coming out next year. You basically you play as a little kid detective, and you solve mysteries and crimes and stuff like that. And basically, you know, if you are a fan of Danganronpa or familiar with the concept, you basically, you know, in Danganronpa you have these things called trials, and basically you're solving murder investigations in Danganronpa. And basically the way you win is basically you find evidence and then you point out people's contradictions and stuff like that to find the true killer, and that is going to have an overall impact on the story in this game as well. They basically showed it's going to be overall the same premise, but the theme is totally different. It looks amazing. It looks so good. I hope this game is fantastic because I love visual novels and I love games like this. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more of this game in the future. And to end this video, we got to talk about, they finally did it. After years and years of searching, years. Actually, it wasn't really that long, right? I'll say 2 years. They finally announced Breath of the Wild 2. And it's not even called Breath of the Wild 2, bro. It's not even called Breath of the Wild 2. It's literally called The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? Tears of a Kingdom? Tears of something, all right? Breath of the Wild, amazing. Widely considered one of the best games on the Switch and one of the best Zelda games is up there, all right? They finally showed a legitimate trailer as well as a release date. It kind of reminds me of Skyward Sword in a way, just because like the floating island plateaus and stuff like that, and like you can just travel to each one. And you saw Link skydiving, just jumped off and said, "All right, I'm gonna dive in. I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna dive in." You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna dive in there. But it looks amazing. We finally got gameplay. We finally got something rather than that trailer that we got a while ago, and it was just Link and Zelda with the torch and stuff like that. I know a lot of people was asking for this for a very long time, and we actually got a release date. It is coming out May of next year. May of next year, bro. That's not even that long. I was expecting them to be literally like freaking like holiday season next year, probably like early fall. No, it's coming next year. It's literally coming in the spring of next year. That is that's kind of close. I mean, you know, all things considered, in addition to all these other games that are coming out, the wait for that game is not that long. And all of these games that I mentioned are coming out in the same time frame. So that is going to be crazy. Like, I don't know, next year, Nintendo, I have a love-or-hate relationship with Nintendo. I love Nintendo, but they be doing me dirty sometimes, as they all do. But then they drag me back in. They're like the toxic friend, right? That does like the most craziest scummy stuff, but then they'll come back and just lure you in again. Like, come on, like here you go, get you. I'm like, oh, I'm just like, oh, I can't stay mad at Nintendo. I can't. It's impossible when they do stuff like this. I'm very excited for see what they do with the Zelda story and stuff like that. See how they continue on. I know Age of Calamity was basically like, you know, it was hit or miss because a lot of people was complaining about the frame rates and stuff like that. But this game looks amazing. I'm very excited for all of these games, as well as the stuff I didn't even mention. Because I didn't even mention there was so many more games that they announced for this direct. But these are the games that basically caught my eye, the stuff that I'm most excited for, that I can't wait. Like, I'm going to pre-order some of these probably. Like, I'm probably going to pre-order some of these. But yeah, so these are some of the games that came out for the direct today. If you want to see the rest of the catalog, feel free to go to the Nintendo website. The direct is there. You can watch it for yourself. You might find something that you like that I didn't mention, but that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the new viewers and the older viewers. Thank you for sticking around. I have a lot more content coming soon. Feel free to check out my other channels. I'll link them in the bottom below. Y'all stay safe, and I'll see y'all next week with a new video. Y'all take care.